Hi Virgo, I hope you're all doing well. Happy birthday. This is your solar return reading. We're going to look at what's coming up for you in the year ahead. I'm also going to do a general message for you. I've already recorded that, so it should be out soon, shortly after this video is released. So if you're looking for more of a general message for what's going on currently, right now in your life, rather than the year ahead, you can check that out. I also have a Virgo playlist, which is timeless. My readings are timeless, so whenever you see this video, it could be for you, the reading. If you have Virgo somewhere else in your chart that is not your sun sign, the message could still be for you. Okay, Virgo, let's see what's going on. What does Spirit want to talk to you about for the year ahead for your birthday? What have you been doing for your birthday? I hope you're celebrating. The date June 5th in particular was coming up. I'm also seeing 6 and 5, 6 being, June, and 5 being the day. Interesting. And then 5 being 23, I'm hearing. Okay, so something interesting. Something about the numbers 6, 5, and 23, or 655 could be significant. But Spirit wants you to think back what was going on in June for you. Look how much has changed since June to whenever you see this. Okay, and if you feel like not a lot has changed in your life, Spirit wants you to think about that again, because something has changed. Huge, maybe in the energetic field or maybe in your physical surroundings, but there's been a massive shift, a change, a portal you've gone through. Now, in this birthday season this year, we are in Mercury retrograde in your sign. I'm splitting on the Tower and the Emperor, so some things might be changing and shifting in big ways. Maybe there's a little bit of a feeling of loss of control at this current moment, but things will come back into order if that's how you're feeling. Okay, let's get into this card spread here for you, your birthday spread. I want to see what the theme of the year is going to be like for you, Virgo. For Virgo, Spirit. Oh, I feel like so much is going on. The energies just feels like a lot, like that there's a lot happening. Ooh, beautiful. We have Nirvana and Liberation. What a beautiful year ahead. Finding some peace of mind here because you're free from a certain mindset, a mentality that maybe was keeping you a little stuck or trapped. Some of you could also be finding some liberation from a toxic or oppressive situation, but you're coming into a space of awareness and inner peace. There's some stillness up ahead, and maybe that's why things feel so chaotic right now, at least as I'm feeling it in this energy. Saw 303. Could also be significant, but it feels like the energy's moving really fast here. It feels very mercurial. I feel like this is a year full of communication from Spirit. There'll be a lot of signs and synchronicities, stuff in nature that's going to be significant, but I see you doing a lot of things, like creating a lot of things. Some of you are into herbs, or you're going to get more into herbology, or botany even. Okay, let's get into your cards and see what's going on. We need 5 cards, Spirit, for Virgos for the year ahead. Virgos. No, that's definitely more than 5. Something about numbers is significant. Maybe I'll get into numerology this year. I'm putting them face down so we can see them together. I also want to look at what is supporting you as well as what is presenting a challenge for you this year overall. So let's see the overall support for you. Ooh, wild card. This is that chaotic kind of energy I'm feeling, but there's a blessing in this energy. Something that you don't see unfolding is going to unfold this year. I also feel like with the wild card, Spirit is saying that how this year plays out is really up to you and the decisions you make, as well as how you think about things, how you choose to perceive the world around you, both the ups and the downs, the challenges and the blessings. Your perception of all of that and what that means to you in your current ascension path and your life path will really determine what exactly unfolds. And this is always the case, but I mean, all the time for all of us, at least that's what I believe. But I think with this message coming through for your birthday and also with the wild card, there's something about this being a heightened possibility at this time. This has something to do with Mercury. It's like your mind is very active, but also very powerful. You know, sometimes we can have moments in our life where outside influences really determine and dictate, at least as we feel it, what is going on within us and also without us. But for you this year, you're going to have an awareness that what you think and how you perceive a situation determines what actually plays out. So I think that's pretty cool because you're going to see the power of your own mind and your ability to change your reality based on the thoughts that you hold and that you nurture. Okay, let's see the challenge. I mean, it's much better to have the wild card as your support than it would be a challenge, because even though you don't see what's coming and anything is possible, you're in control of it. It's what's supporting you. Okay, let's see the challenge. We have a few. Okay, we have birth, reincarnation, anguish, and pillar. Okay, Virgo, there is something coming up this year that's going to reincarnate for you. This could be a memory, a situation, a person, a reflection, some feeling inside, but it's coming up again. How do I say this? Well, I'm getting an image of somebody kind of chilling in their nirvana state, okay? And things are coming up, okay? Old memories, old feelings. And instead of feeling like you're drowning in the challenges or the feelings or the thoughts, it's more like you come to, I'm hearing, venerate them, honor them in some way, hold the challenges that you've been through as pillars of strength that have propped you up in your new reality where you're liberated. There's something beautiful happening here. I almost see it's like something that really hurt you, that you've worked through or you're currently working through, is at some point this year going to be metaphorically framed and hung on the wall for you to look at as an accomplishment. Now, maybe you are creating some kind of artwork of some sort that commemorates or pays tribute to a difficult point in your life, a dark period that you went through. You're going to find a way to honor that. I also feel like for some of you, someone else in your life might go through something a little bit difficult this year, and you're going to be very supportive for that person. But how you support that person is going to be by showing them potentials and possibilities, by showing them that, even though something seems very hard in their life or is very hard, that all is not lost. I'm hearing this too shall pass. It's like you're going to be teaching somebody the power of their own mind as well. Okay, that's beautiful. Now this makes sense because the one card flipped over so I could see it, and it was the Six of Cups to represent your year ahead as a whole. So that makes sense with reincarnation and birth, something from the past here coming up. But this is a beautiful, fond memory. It's like looking back on your childhood, where you began, and where you came to. And you have a loyal companion here with you. Maybe you do actually, physically, in your 3D material world. You're going to have a loyal companion by your side, someone that you've been with for some time. Could even be a pet, but it might be a soulmate of the human variety, okay? Or even an aspect of yourself. But there's some loyalty that you showed here, either to yourself or to someone else, that is going to be celebrated. This is beautiful. There's a real feeling of peace I'm getting. A lot of reflection, good nostalgia, but more so it's kind of like reflecting on the past because there were so many lessons that you learned, and now you're going to know what to do with that wisdom that you gained, with those lessons that you learned. You're going to know how to help yourself, how to celebrate yourself and help others. This is nice. This isn't easy. Okay, it sounds really, I don't know, nice and pretty and all those things, but it's actually very hard work to support yourself and others through the power of your mind and perception and love. Cups are also about love and emotion. But the reason why you're able to do this year is because you've been liberated from some lack mentality and finding yourself in this place of inner peace and chillness. I'm getting. I feel called to read. Do I even have the book? I swear I just saw the book. One second, Virgo. I feel really called to read from the book here about nirvana. So let's see what we get. Your mind is nirvana. If you hold a lit candle in your hand and look at its shadow on the wall, you'll notice the shadow of the candle, but not from the light of the wick's fire. Blow out the candle, fitting for your birthday, blow out the candle and the shadow remains, but the invisible fire will have returned to smoke, rising and evaporating back into the atmosphere. The human spirit is an ephemeral shimmering of light, flickering for a finite amount of time on earth before advancing to the great mysterious beyond. Nirvana in Buddhism literally means blowing out or quenching. When we contemplate this idea in relation to the ultimate attainment on the other side of our cycles of experience, how do we release attachments to the lifespan of our light without being burned by what we cling to? As an exercise, let's release some of the fires that are sources of attachment and suffering on the path to liberation. That's what it says. So releasing attachments to suffering. Yeah. And in your releasing that attachment to any kind of anguish or suffering that you've experienced, it's not like you're forgetting it, releasing it and just kind of acting like it never happened. You're actually using that experience here to create some kind of rebirth, reincarnation for your soul's path, which is exactly the point. And what you do with it is kind of like all up to you. It's undetermined right now. So much potential. So remember that this year when things come up, nothing is set in stone. Okay, what you want to happen, you can make happen by the power of your thought, Virgo. An important lesson for you this upcoming year, 7 of Wands, look at that, peace of mind, nirvana, your bubble of protection, of love, and of light here. There are going to be things coming at you, not going to lie. 7 of Wands is a card of standing your ground and maybe holding your defenses as well. But here the woman is not perturbed, not reactive to what's coming towards her, holding her strength of inner peace. And that's what you're going to do as well. Or that's your lesson. I was watching this documentary on sanitarians, people, I can never say that word properly, people who are 100 and over. And they were asking one woman, I think she was like 104 or something, what's the secret to a long life? And she said, never get mad and always laugh. And yeah, okay, easier said than done, lady. But good advice, okay? Good advice, something to strive for, right? I mean, I know that's not going to be my way probably, but I'll strive for it. And I feel like Spirit's saying you can strive for that too this year, Virgo. You know, try not to get mad at things that don't deserve to take years off your life. Okay? It's not worth it. Something about it will help when people are pushing up against you or you're going through difficulties. It will help to put your something about like going back to the past. Maybe there's somebody here, a parental figure or a child or a friend or spouse or somebody. I feel like it's somebody who's maybe crossed over or that you have a distant fond memory of, something they said you, some piece of advice. Maybe it is this too shall pass, but there's some kind of advice that this person has given you that you can think back to when you're facing challenges and you know that it's probably in your best interest to quell your anger, to blow out that fire that's been ignited in you from a place of shadow, okay? So how can you progress on your spiritual path? 9 of Cups. Beautiful. Wish fulfillment. Wild card as well. Like nothing's really determined in this state. She's taking a leap of faith here on her dreams. Feeling free. Feeling like anything is possible. I also think that you should get some sunlight, okay? Try to get some as much as you can. I'm getting, for some of you, you might want to think about elevation. And I mean that literally, like maybe climbing somewhere high or going to a high building. There's something about being high, like maybe it's something to do with the altitude in the air, but something about, I don't know, simulating, I guess, your ascension with your body physically being at a height. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm spent a lot of time upstairs, I'm hearing. That's for someone, if you've been thinking about that. How can you progress on your spiritual path? Dream big and take risks here this year to go after those dreams. I'm hearing mixing bowls. There's a lot of mixing bowls. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. It's like you doing some magic in a mixing bowl. There's lots of things to create this year. Okay, from your heart chakra. How can you stay connected to your inner truth? The Fool. There you are, taking your leap of faith, feeling liberated, knowing that the universe is going to catch you. I feel like you're really getting into spirituality or alchemy or magic, or, you know, I'm seeing her hold this crystal here and a walking stick, something about nature too. I'm getting something about like a pool of delight, And this is really beautiful, Virgo. But remember, it all depends on your perspective and your mind. We can forecast all the difficulties that might come up this year, and that probably will. What year is not without a difficulty, right? We could forecast that here in this reading, but instead, your higher self, spirit, your guides want to talk about all the beautiful potential and possibilities that await you. So remember that you can tap into that part of your life rather than the darkness that undergirds some of the challenges that others may face, as well as some of the things that you might come across. The darkness. Interesting. What new opportunities await you this year? That's why we're starting to talk about that. 7 of Swords. Well, I think this is really good because we have this crow here cawing, alerting you of danger. So pay attention to the birds, but also like I was saying, the signs and the synchronicities. You will receive warnings this year that maybe something isn't quite right, or someone's trying to, I don't know, sell you a dream, sell you up the river, I'm getting, or just kind of dupe you in some way. You'll get some warnings. Let's get a little bit more on that for the new opportunities. And now, if this is a new opportunity, that means somebody may have deceived you in the past. Okay, but remember, we're liberated from that. We're in a new space with the Fool and liberation. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to repeat again. Let's see what the opportunity is for Virgo with the Seven of Swords. Judgment. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. See, we have this guy coming up behind you, trying to stab you in the back, but you're protected. You're liberated from that dynamic, from that fear. You've ascended. This is like what I'm talking about, is like gaining that height. You need to go up somewhere high and feel your ascension, feel your rebirth, and not pay attention to those who want to take you down. Now, obviously, you need to be discerning and you need to be aware so that you can physically protect yourself or financially protect yourself or whatever it is. But Spirit is saying, you know, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with situations like this, where there's some kind of deception, cruelty, or people just acting out of their own interest and not yours. It's going to be a lot easier to deal with that this year. And you're going to find that sense of ease in your day-to-day. Okay, things that used to irk you and bother you are not going to be bothering you like they did before. All right, let's get a card to close this out. And I hope that this reading helped. Come back to it throughout the year whenever you feel you need to. Save it on a playlist. Let's see for Virgo. Can't make it up. New life, Virgo. New year. New you. New life. Rebirth. Liberation. The Fool. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful birthday, and I'll see you next time.